when I click this button, you're going to see a brand new interface, and we're calling this brand new interface the new AI meeting recap. So let's go ahead and click it.
Very exciting to see a summary of the meeting, but there are some new things I'm seeing that were in there for our previous product launch. For example, chapters.
Before, it was kind of hard to navigate the meeting. It's like a table of contents. I mean, a lot can go on in a meeting. Yes, you can see it down here, but the other really nice thing is you can actually see it up here. As I hover over the different sections of the recording, you can actually see that incorporated there as well. If you click on the time icon, it'll go and play exactly that portion of the meeting. And when you click on it, it will give you the summary for that portion. And the other thing is this edit function. So now you can make changes to this. So if the Copilot gets something slightly wrong, or if you want to add some detail in there or change something up, this is your opportunity to make those changes here as well.
These bullet points also serve as meeting minutes. It's like someone, a very smart executive assistant, had taken meeting minutes on our meeting.
This is the meeting summary itself, and very similar to what you saw in chapters. You can edit this too. And then there's this other section called action items. And so, in traditional way of using Fellow, you would jot down the action items as people are going through the meeting. And while you can still do that, Fellow now incorporates all those things into its AI meeting recap. It's going to suggest the action items. We're not going to automatically add these to your Fellow note because we want you to take a look, make sure that they make sense. As I hover over it, it gives me the option of adding it to the Fellow note. There's this plus button. So as soon as I click on this, you see it says added, and then it actually gets added to the standard Fellow interface. And of course, decisions are here as well. So these are the major things that were decided, or the major key points of the meeting. And you can obviously edit those things as well. You can obviously download, share this recap with people outside of your team or organization. By default, these things are private. You've got the clip, you can copy the link. This is private. You can change the settings so that people in your workspace can have access to the link if you give them the link. And of course, you can also make it public. The transcript we talked about last time, it's really great because you can search through things. So for example, if I search for the word decision, I can go to those exact places where it was mentioned. I can click on this link icon and then it'll copy it to my clipboard, for example.
I think this is super helpful when you're out of office or you did not attend a meeting. It's a super easy way to catch up on everything that happened.
You can consume the information afterwards. You can change the playback speed. I also want to show one more thing, which is stats. What you will see once you start implementing this in your meetings, for each speaker, what the talk time was for each person. Now, this is a test video, so you don't see the numbers here. When you look at this, now you're going to be able to say, okay, this person said nothing in this meeting. When you see that 2 or 3 times, you start to think, hey, maybe this person should passively consume this content. They're not a meeting participant. Meeting attendees should consume this material async.
Or it's also an opportunity for leaders to be a little self-aware about, okay, am I doing most of the talking in my meetings and not letting my team speak most of the time? So I think it provides like a lot of interesting insights, both about who can consume the content async, but also about how could you make your meetings more inclusive so all the attendees have similar speaking times.